All right, bladesmiths, welcome to our fourth and final event in the Summer Forging Games. Now, heading into this, after 3 events, here's where things stand. Chad, obviously, you're in the lead. You've got 40 points. Matt, you're bringing up second place with 21 points. And Gary, you're pretty far back in the rear with just 7 points. However, nobody's out of the running for first place because heading into this fourth and final event, we gave you guys the option to earn bonus points by choosing the difficulty of the weapon that you forged. Chad, you chose the Nambe Nulu, worth 20 bonus points. Tell the judges about the construction of your blade.
I made 2 billets of 15N20 and 1084, some thulia wood for the handle, and 2 round glows of African blackwood and a nickel silver pommel.
All right. Gary, you chose the Kaichen Dao, worth 5 bonus points. How did it go?
I used 5160 for the blade, ironwood for the handle, and a brass pommel.
All right. And Matt, you also chose the Kaichen Dao, worth 5 bonus points.
I used 15N20, 1080. The handle is Cocobolo, and I used some aluminum for accents in the pommel.
All right, bladesmiths, we are now entering the performance portion of this fourth and final event. At the end of this event, we're going to be placing you guys from first through third place. There will be 3 tests. Up first, the kill test. Doug?
Bladesmiths, this is the kill and slice. Now, to test the lethality of your weapon and sharpness, I will deliver some killing blows on this ballistics dummy and try to slice some sandbags from the heavens. Chad, you're up first. You ready for this?
Yes, sir. The first test is a kill test, and I feel real good going into it. I know my blade's plenty beefy enough that it should cut right through and not have any bending or breaking.
All right, Chad, let's talk about your Nambe Nulu right here. Your spine's very obtuse, so a lot of the weight is very forward on this, lending it to be a forward chopping weapon, but on recovery, it takes some effort. But because of that, it digs in very deep into this ballistics dummy. As you can see, almost the whole shoulder off. Your weapon here, sir, will kill. All right, Gary, your turn. So you ready?
Absolutely. I'm nervous. I haven't had a first place in any of the events, so I really need this sword to perform and give me a chance to win.
All right, Gary, the balance of this blade feels good in my hand. The weight of your weapon lets the weapon do its work. I don't have to control it because I'm not trying to wield the heavy weapon. Your edge is very sharp. As you can see, there goes one shoulder. Overall, sir, you will kill. All right, Matt, your turn. So you ready?
Yes, sir. Gary and I made the same weapon. That means that it's going to be head-to-head, basically, because the points are the same on that. So it's really going to come down to whose performs better. This is nerve-wracking. Yeah.
All right, Matt. Kaichen, wow. You're just sharp. The bounce that you have here allows for a deep cut using momentum as I'm moving. There is a little bit of a glinting on your edge there, chopping through bone. But the edge is still razor sharp, and it decapitated the head. Your weapon, sir, it will kill.
Bladesmiths, welcome to our strength test. I'm gonna take each of your swords and bash them into these clay pots, skulls, and my favorite, the ice block chop. Chad, you look excited. You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know nobody thinks that their blade's gonna break, but if it happens, I'm not gonna get any points. And all the progress that I had made by winning the first 3 events is all gonna be for nothing.
Nice job, Chad.
Thank you.
Steel held up great. You still got an edge on there. I don't notice any chips or glinting or anything. But handle construction, it's not my favorite. Actually, just swinging it that much, it started hurting the palm of my hand, having it swelled up here and tapering back. But you survived. Good job.
Thank you.
Hey, Gary. Ready to go?
Let's do it.
Nice job, Gary. Your edge still looks good. No damage at all. The handle is semi-comfortable. Could use a little more finishing. I like the little skull and crossbone you put on there. It's a nice extra touch. But it's all still tight. Good job.
Thank you.
Matt, I know you're ready, right?
Let's do it.
All right, Matt, you survived, but there's a couple problems. You picked up a pretty significant bend in your blade up here. It's pretty thin coming up into this area, and it was just a bit too much for it. The edge on your blade is still there. It's not as sharp as it was, though, before. Other than that, survived. Good job.
Thanks.
All right, gentlemen, the final test, the final event, the sharpness test. Now we have 3 different bags up here, 3 different materials. This test is all about the edge of your blade and what it does to these targets. Chad, you're up first. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So right off, Chad, it's a beautiful weapon. On the first bag, I cut with more of the head. I cut deeply. The second bag, there's a section right here that's not very sharp. Just didn't cut into that bag. In the third bag, that cut really deep. But it's sharp, nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, Gary, you're up next. Ready to go?
I'm ready.
Gary, you're catching dowel. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's got a good edge on it, cut beautifully, nicely done.
Thank you.
All right, Matt, ready for this?
Sure.
Matt, the blade right where it took that bend is not very sharp. I can run my finger on it without worrying about it. You can see the cuts are kind of torn. It's a ragged cut as opposed to that clean cut. And on the last bag, it barely cut it. But will it cut? Yes, it will.
All right, gentlemen, the judges' deliberation is complete. With 84 points at the end of this competition is Chad. Congratulations, you are the Summer Forging Games champion. How about that, huh? Chad, you can come forward and grab your Damascus medal. Congratulations.
I am the Forged in Fire champion. Being the champion means a lot. It means that I can turn out very oddly shaped weapons. I feel real good.
Gentlemen, you all did fantastic work in our very first Summer Forging Games. Be proud of yourselves. Good job.
Good job, man.
Chad, you're leaving with $15,000.
All right.
Gary, you're leaving with $4,000. And Matt, you get $1,000.
Take it.
Good job, guys.
Thanks,
Everybody's a winner.
It feels really good, and I'm happy. What's next for me? I'm gonna go home, wait for my money to arrive, buy a grinder, and then I'm gonna take my wife on a date.